So why I went low carb as an athlete? Well, I've always been active, pushing myself, training hard, and it just felt like I couldn't push anymore. And when I'd eat, I'd feel tired and really foggy, and I just couldn't recover. What I didn't realise was the food was working against me. I thought I was eating healthy, but I was actually eating refined carbs, sugar and gluten. And my body couldn't handle it. When I'd eat, have something like a refined carb or something, I'd crash soon after and want to have to go to sleep and have a nap. Every day I just napped, and my mood would change, would be up and down, and I'd get irritable, I get sugar cravings and things like that. And you'd think that with being an athlete that you could use that refined sugar to fuel you, but for me it was completely opposite. And then I went to a dietitian in the hospital and I got diagnosed with gluten intolerance. And so that was great, and I felt a lot better because I had bloating and things like that, all the sensitivities that come with gluten intolerance. But I still had the crashes and the mood swings with that as well. And so it took a long time for me to figure that out. I went overseas when I was training and stuff and experimented with some foods myself and started to cut back a little bit and discovered that I could tolerate small amounts of carbohydrates and started looking at complex carbohydrates, and that sort of worked for me. And when I took all the refined sugars out of my diet and sort of changed around with the complex carbohydrates, I just noticed that my energy soared, I could not having to nap all the time, and it was amazing. And I just started playing around with foods and developing my own sort of things for training. And I can't believe it, the change in myself. The problem I see is that we're creating mass meal plans and things like that for people, treating them like they're all one. Where not every diet suits everybody, or exercise as well. So people like me have a carbohydrate sensitivity and gluten intolerance. And I've been to 2 dietitians, and I was with one with over a year to figure out carbohydrate sensitive. And I'll have people still telling me now that I can eat carbohydrates, but I crash and I want to have a nap. Keto or low carb is not the be all and end all diets. People can be lean and strong with the carbohydrate diets, but it's not for everybody, Out that I was carbohydrate sensitive, and then trying to work around what foods to eat and with my training and things like that. So, it's hard. A lot of the foods out there are pre-packaged quick fixes, and they're loaded with sugars, refined carbohydrates, they're going to give you that spike and crash. And, you got all these smoothies, they're full of about 10 fruits or something like that in there, even more, where you have a piece of fruit and you consume one and you feel full, satisfied. And I started creating meals that keep my energy stable for the day, even on my crazy busy days. I feel energized, sharp. Now I help busy parents and professionals do the same. No strict diet plan, no weird, tasteless ingredients. When you shift your focus to fueling your body, not just eating for comfort, everything changes. I changed my way of eating, and it transformed my life. If you want to feel fueled and you're tired of feeling drained, subscribe to my channel. I got you.